Roddy Corn, let's talk a bit about SOMA.
Yeah.
It's finally here.
Yep.
We've launched it. We've run our first immersion. SOMA for us, let's give some clarity now to people who are watching this, who are thinking about maybe coming onto the immersion. Really, what is the immersion about?
Yeah, I think the best thing to start with is SOMA is essentially about regenerative health. And what that really means is just restoring people to a better connection with their environment and themselves to help them move, feel, and live better. And that's about as simple as we can get it. And the idea is to promote recovery and to regenerate the tissue to a level that is better for them than they are. So it's irrelevant of where their current state is. It's getting them to be in a place that's better than where they are, and that's for them to determine. That's not for us to determine, that's for them to determine. And we do that by utilizing a collaborative approach of tools and applications. And that's what SOMA is. It's self-osteomyofascial applications. And what that means is it's soft tissue. And I think that's important, is we're here to address soft tissue, to try to get people to feel better. And we bring in the emotional component of it. And that's what the big caveat, I think, is it's not just about using a roller. It's not just about doing a specific movement. It's not about that. It's about how does all of that affect the person? And then how does that, in turn, change their movement, their feeling, and then how does that
long-term change their health?
Exactly.
And I think it's really cool, right, is that when we look at tissue, we start to look at the collaboration amongst all of the tissues of the body.
Right.
So when we talk about inflammatory responses, when we talk about communicative responses, communication of not just the nervous system, but all sorts of systems that actually talk to the brain.
Yeah.
And about empowering the client to actually take away and be able to apply simplistically and then regain responsibility for themselves and for their quality of life.
Yeah, and I think the key word there is the empowering. This is about empowering them, the self-osteomyofascial. It's about empowering them to do this stuff themselves. So it's not I'm relying upon my trainer, I'm relying upon this for the nth degree. Now, there's always going to be, but this isn't to say that the trainer is going to lose clients. That's not going to happen. It's about empowering. If you give someone the ability when they go home to overcome potential headaches because they're able to free up some tissue, or overcome just some stickiness in their low back or whatnot, that helps them sleep better, that's a huge deal. And that's what this is really about, giving them some self-empowerment to overcome some of the nagging things that we're going to face in life.
And Roddy, it's interesting because when we look at the cross-section of people that we do affect in our businesses, in our practices, we see everyone now from kids as young as 8, 9 and 10 with these sorts of headaches and shoulder aches and back aches, right through to the 80 plus, and to see their tissues change and change instantly. And I think the key word is change, not fix. And to have coaches come in now and to be able to learn, but I think really critique and better understand how we can get this change is fantastic. And to see that the coaches we had over this weekend were just outstanding, and their feedback was once again outstanding as well.
Yeah.